Welcome to the Empty Nest Era, the podcast that helps you navigate life after the kids leave home. I'm Jamie Chin, licensed marriage and family therapist and mom to two amazing daughters in their 20s, and I'm here to walk alongside you as you rediscover yourself, reconnect with your partner, and redefine your relationship with your adult children. Let's begin this next chapter together. Today, we're talking about something I think every parent who has watched their kids launch into the world has felt in some ways. The empty nest heartache. Ugh, it's hard just saying those words. Now, that's not an official medical term, of course, but I think it captures something we all know deep down. It's that dull ache in your chest when you walk past their room and the bed is still perfectly made. It's that little pang when you open the fridge and realize you didn't have to buy 3 gallons of milk this week. And sometimes it's a full-on wave of sadness that hits out of nowhere, maybe while you're folding laundry and realize there's only your clothes and your partner's in the basket now. That ache in your heart, it's your love adjusting to a new shape. It's the sound of change echoing in the halls of your home. And it's okay to feel that. It doesn't mean you're weak or too attached. It means you're human and you've invested deeply in someone you love. I want to spend this episode talking about why this ache happens, what it looks like, and most importantly, how you can care for your heart as you navigate it. Let me take you back to a day that stands out clearly in my own memory. It was the day after my daughter left for college. The excitement of moving day had kept me distracted. There's the rush of packing the car, finding her dorm, getting the whole room set up, and even meeting her roommate's family. It was busy, and I was in mom mode. But the next morning, I woke up and the house, it just felt wrong and kind of weird. Not bad, not unsafe, just wrong. Like a sound you can't quite place. I remember going to grab a mug for coffee from the cupboard and seeing the mug she would always use. Except she wasn't there. And in that small, quiet moment, it hit me. My life had just shifted in a way that was permanent. And here's what's tricky. This wasn't grief because something tragic had happened. This was a good thing. She was out there living her life, doing exactly what I'd hoped for. And yet, my heart still ached. That's the paradox of this season. Joy and loss, pride and pain, all tangled up together. So what does this emptiness heartache actually look like? Here are some common experiences that you might recognize. Persistent sadness. You might find yourself tearing up in the grocery store when you pass their favorite snack or hearing a song they used to play. You might have a heavy or hollow feeling in the chest. This isn't just emotional. Your body feels that shift too. There might be loss of motivation. When your days used to revolve around their schedule, suddenly you may not know what to do with your time. You could feel restlessness or anxiety, worrying about how they're doing, whether they're eating, whether they're making new friends, and if they're safe. There could be difficulty sleeping. Your mind plays the what if game at night. Finally, you could feel a sense of purposelessness, especially if your parenting was your main role for many years. Now, not everyone experiences all of these things, but even one or two can make this transition feel heavier than you expected. And here's the important thing. None of this means you're failing at coping. It means your heart is recalibrating to a new way of loving your child. One mom told me that her symptom was restless cleaning. She'd find herself scrubbing the same countertop 3 times in a row because it felt easier than sitting with the quiet. Another dad confessed that he was suddenly checking in with his son 3 or 4 times a day, not because his son needed it, but because he did. If you recognize yourself in any of this, it's okay. It's normal. This is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you've invested your love, your time, and your energy into raising a human being, and now the shape of your daily life has changed. Part of why this ache can feel so deep is because it's not just about missing your child. It's about identity. For years, parent has been at the very center of who you are. You are the scheduler, the cook, the driver, the homework helper, the sideline cheerleader, the shoulder to cry on. And while those roles don't disappear entirely, they shift. It's a little like retiring from a job you loved without really preparing for what comes next. You still have the skills, the memories, the relationships, but the day-to-day routine is gone. There isn't just a change in your calendar, it's a change in your purpose. And that takes time to recalibrate. But make no mistake, you will. There's actually a reason this shift can feel so physical and so emotional. For years, maybe decades, your nervous system has been tuned into your child's presence. You've had constant little points of connection, hearing their voice in the hallway, checking in on their homework, cooking meals together. When that changes suddenly, your brain perceives a loss, even though your child is still alive and thriving. It's a little like grief, and in many ways it is grief. Grief for a role you loved, for a routine you knew, for a chapter in life that's now closed. And here's the thing. Grief and love are 2 sides of the same coin. The deeper you love that role, the more your heart will ache when it changes. And that's not a bad thing. It's a sign of connection, of investment, of relationship. Here's the good news. This ache is part of a healthy emotional process. We expect grief when someone passes away, but we don't always realize that big life transitions, even happy ones, can stir up grief too. Psychologists sometimes call it ambiguous loss. Your child is still here, still part of your life, but they're not part of your daily life in the same way. That ambiguity can feel strange. It's not a clean break. It's more like learning a new dance with someone you've known forever. The steps feel awkward at first. If you take nothing from today's episode, I hope it's this. You are not doing anything wrong by feeling sad. Let's talk about some tools to help soften the ache. These aren't quick fixes, but they are steps you can take to care for yourself as you adjust. 1. Name what you're feeling. Say it out loud or write it down. I miss my child. I feel lonely. I feel proud and sad at the same time. Naming the feeling takes away some of its power. 2. Give yourself permission to grieve. Too often, parents feel like they should get over it quickly. But this is a legitimate emotional transition. Allow yourself space to cry, journal, or talk about it without guilt. 3. Keep connection alive, but with balance. Maybe you set up a Sunday afternoon phone call or send a daily text that's just a heart emoji or a silly photo. That way you both know the love is still there without feeling like you're holding on too tightly. You're building a relationship between 2 adults now, and that takes a little adjustment on both sides. 4, you can rediscover yourself, and you will hear me talk about this a lot. Take a class, join a group, try a hobby you used to love. One mom signed up for pottery classes after her last child moved out. She said it made her feel alive in her own skin again. 5, focus on strengthening other relationships. This is a chance to reconnect with your partner, your friends, even siblings you haven't spoken to much. 6, move your body. Physical activity helps with emotional processing. Whether it's yoga, walking, or dancing in your kitchen, movement signals to your body that life is still in motion. 7, create small rituals for yourself. This could be a morning coffee walk, an evening reading session, or weekly meetups with friends. Structure helps the days feel less empty. 8, find community. Whether it's a local group, an online forum, or even this podcast community, connecting with others who understand makes the ache feel less isolating. And finally, number 9, seek professional support if needed. Sometimes the ache doesn't ease on its own. If you find yourself feeling persistently down, anxious, or stuck, talking to a therapist, whether in person or online, can be a compassionate next step. And here's your reminder of hope. This ache doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're transitioning. Over time, that heaviness will shift into something softer, pride, joy, and even excitement for your own life again. And I can't wait until that happens for you. I've witnessed many parents walk through this season, and here's what I can tell you. It does get easier. One mom told me that after a year, she stopped tearing up every time she passed her son's empty room. She still missed him, but the ache had shifted into something softer. A warm gratitude for the years they had under one roof, and genuine excitement for the life he was building. The truth is, you will find new rhythms. The quiet will start to feel peaceful rather than hollow, and you'll discover that your heart has room for this new chapter. If you're feeling the emptiness heartache today, know that it's okay to miss your child and still be happy for them. Those feelings can live side by side. And one day, you'll look back and realize this season, as bittersweet as it was, taught you how to love in a new way, how to care for yourself, and how to keep growing no matter your age or stage of life. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the Empty Nest Era. If today's conversation resonated with you, don't forget to follow, share, and leave a review. It helps other empty nesters find this supportive space. Until next time, take a deep breath, trust your journey, and remember, this is your time now. Finally, I want to note that this podcast is for education only and is not a replacement for therapy. I suggest you seek out the help of a trained professional for help with your specific situation if needed. Thank you.